Here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone, and someone cares for you as an individualization of divine point of view. This door, oh, this door right here is open for you. Oh, this door, I'm talking about this door. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white. All right, let's try that again. Whether you're black or white. Close, close. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that there's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. No, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are rivers and rivers enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that there's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Everyone. What the world needs now is love, more love. What the world needs now is love, love, more love. Thank you, thank you. All right, my brothers and sisters, it's so good to be back here. I've been gone for quite some time, and I see some new faces here, and that's absolutely wonderful. I see that Dr. Wilcox fever has caught on, and that's a wonderful thing because what the world needs now is more people like the Reverend Dr. Ken Wilcox. So you are in the right place today. And now, my brothers and sisters, put your hands together and give him a warm round of applause. The mighty, the magnificent, the effervescent, the Reverend Dr. Ken Wilcox.
Thank you. Eddie Watkins Jr., everybody, wow. To think we used to have this guy here every Sunday morning. What a blessing he was. You know, in the middle of COVID, when we were having services outside in their parking lot, I happened to call Eddie and say, would you mind coming over and sing for us? Well, he didn't mind it at all. He did it for the next year. And he kept this place going. And we're very grateful to have him back this morning. He's an amazing guy. So get ready. The energy here is going to be going through the roof. So just buckle in and sit back and relax. Now, I always have a couple of announcements this morning, and this morning we have several of them. The first one is we're upping our donations to the St. John Ecumenical Food Pantry. I know, yeah. We're all aware of what's going on there, so the need has increased, and so we can complain about it, we can argue about it, we can do whatever, or we can step up and make a difference. And we're choosing to step up and make a difference. So, yes. So there are a couple of things that they're going to need. And of course, it all makes sense. Canned vegetables, canned fruit, canned protein. So that's chicken, tuna, even Spam. Yeah, anything that can last in a can. Yeah, applaud for Spam. Rice and pasta. Dried beans, oats, anything that can last for a long time. Now, I want you to buy this stuff or just clear out your pantry. I looked through our pantry today and realized we have 7 jars of peanut butter. Yeah, what are we doing with 7 jars of peanut butter? What Victoria?
I just want to say we need everything.
Yeah, right.
Like what you just mentioned, but if you don't have those things and you have tissues or whatever, bring anything. We use it all.
All right. And so what to do, clean out your pantry, or when you go by at Boga's over at the grocery store, give that away. Put them in a prominent place of your house. Put them somewhere you can see them for a week and do prayer work over them. Pray for them going to a family that's going to receive the blessings. Do prayer work for the parents that these food is going to. Do prayer work for the organization that is going to be handing out this food. Do prayer work for our nation and our leaders, because this is a spiritual problem. It is not a political problem. And so do prayer work for everyone, seeing us all come together to have a better idea. Then bring it in here. We'll do prayer work for it and send it on. So don't grumble, don't complain, don't stay in fear. Step up, step out, and make a difference. Now, starting next week, I think, I know, at 9:30 we're going to have a schedule change, and that is we're going to do our singing bowls at 9:30 rather than 9 o'clock. So that's a change that will start happening next week. We also have our commitment dinner coming up this Friday, so if you've RSVP'd for that, be sure to show up for that. That's going to be at 6:30. Let's see. And we also have a project we're doing today, and that is we're helping support SAFE. They're the people who help animals in need. And little Oliver is there. Oliver is 10 years old. Jen, bring him up. Little Oliver is 10 years old. For some reason, he was taken to the shelters. He's a sweetheart. So if you've got room for Oliver, please consider him. But also there's a whole list of supplies outside that they need. So look over the list, support and donate. And our little furry angel on 4 paws is what I call them. So make sure Oliver gets lots of love. Well, those are my announcements. So to get us going this morning, we got Eddie Watkins Jr. Eddie.
I think we got him. Now, if you're able, this would be a good time to stand up. And this is what I want you to do. Person next to you, say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. We come together, we come together. We come together in the name of love. Okay, now you got it. All right. Now just follow the people that know. Woo, here we go. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, perfect. We come together, we come together in the name of love. From every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite. Say, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. Oh, we come together.
Oh, Eddie. So I've told this story before. I'm going to tell it again. Eddie saved my behind on many occasions. One of the most prominent ones was we were doing an ordination of a big minister down in Fort Lauderdale. It was a big, huge event. And I was the mainline speaker. But unfortunately, I'd had a pot or two of coffee because the waiter at the breakfast, he kept filling it up. So they had me there dressed in these robes that sometimes they encourage us to wear. I looked like a Thanksgiving float with this big robe on. It was so full, I couldn't breathe. There wasn't enough oxygen. I thought I was going to pass out. I really thought I was going to pass out. And I was setting up on the stage, and I was thinking to myself, I've got to tell somebody that they've got to get another speaker up here. I can't do this. And all of a sudden, right before I went on, they had Eddie playing, and I started hearing Eddie with his first chords, and I thought, if Eddie's up there, I can get up there too. And I got up there and I rocked the house, let me tell you. Yeah. So I'm glad to have him back. He's got a bunch of CDs and jewelry and stuff outside. It'll be great for Christmas gifts, so be sure to visit his table outside. All right, so to get us going, we're going to have a reading and treatment, and it's our wonderful Brenda Sasensis coming up to do it for us. Come on up, Brenda.
Am I on? Yeah. Well, good morning. If I seem weird, it's because I just learned this morning that I was doing the meditation and affirmative prayer. So, Spirit, help me, help me. So I went out in the lobby and picked up this Science of Mind magazine and I opened it. And out pops Growing Ideas. And I read through it. I thought, oh my gosh, I was just talking with someone about this, my issues with control. I think I have to control everything. I'm doing better with it, with not doing it. But I have a ways to go. So I'll go ahead and read this, and then we can go into affirmative prayer. So this is from October of 2018. These ideas always apply. So this is the reading. Now we believe there is a vision, mental vision, which looks away from what doesn't belong and looks at the place that does, according to where the spiritual vision is set, in the realm of unconditioned causes. Then, Thomas Troward said, I don't know what that meant. This is what we are dealing with. Whether or not we are aware of the fact, we are still dealing with it. And what it shall do for us will not depend upon it, because what it does for us is a reaction of what we have done, not to it, but in it. I was explaining to a young fellow this morning, young producer at one of the studios. He was working so hard, and I said, Larry, you don't force anything, you don't coerce anything, you don't hold any thoughts, you don't put in anything, you always take out. Always. It is already in there. His mind was all burdened with things he has to do. He has a great responsibility, and he was making it a personal thing. He had to make things happen. Now is the time to relax, I told him. We take everything out. He said, then what makes it happen? I said, it is like you put the acorn in the ground. That is your part. Now there is an idea involved in that, and nothing can happen to that idea but that it will grow, and nothing can stop it but its own law. It is its own evidence. The oak tree is already there. You put an idea into your mind, and it will work exactly the same way, because the universe is one system. And the affirmation is, I hand my life, my affairs, and my problems over to divine intelligence, to the power that knows how to do everything. I really like that. I thought it was a really good reading. Anyway, let's just breathe and relax. And I will do this affirmative prayer in the first person. And because we're all one, you can take this prayer in for yourself as well. There is one divine intelligence, an intelligence and source that created everything. It is everywhere, always, always present. And I am one with it. I am of it. It is all of me, but I am not all of it. And I know that it creates everything, and it brings into being that which I really want to have happen in my life. And I don't need to keep pulling up the roots of the idea and checking if it's growing and fertilize it, trimming it and fertilizing it. I just let it be. Let it grow. Because the universe is providing for it. I put the idea there, and the universe reflects it back in its full manifestation. That's a powerful idea to know. And I'm grateful for it. And I speak with gratitude for this center, for it is the place where I have learned some of these ideas, many of these thoughts that have enriched my life so deeply. I give thanks for all the people, all the volunteers, from starting with the greeters who greet us as we come into the door, to the Reiki practitioners, to the ordained practitioners, to the lay practitioners like myself, to everyone who makes things happen around here. And I give special thanks to Eddie Watkins Jr. for coming today. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come all the way from wherever you came from to be here. And I give thanks for our technical people who make our sound system sound so good and make our streaming and recorded services come out so well. And special thanks, special gratitude for Reverend Dr. Ken Wilcox, who inspires us with his uplifting messages every Sunday. I put this prayer into the mind of the universe for it to do its work, and I release it easily and simply by saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Brenda.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. Clap your hands and sing it with me, y'all. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Look at the person next to you and say, you are the place. You are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. You are the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up.
Oh, the amazing Eddie Watkins Jr.
Thank you.
So my talk title this morning is Living Prosperously. Living Prosperously. I don't talk about prosperity as much as a lot of New Thought ministers do. And for one of the reasons, I like to avoid the idea of a prosperity gospel. The notion that spiritual growth is measured by material possessions. Material things are wonderful. They're great to have. But we also need wisdom. We need understanding. Because no amount of prosperity can compensate from inner poverty. True wealth always flows from alignment with spirit and not accumulation of things. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our teaching, in the very first page of the textbook, his textbook, he wrote, he said, no one has been able ever to count the grains of sand on any beach. He says, the air around us is vibrant with energy. Why? Why do we live in lack and limitation? That's a good question we need to ask ourselves. And for me, it comes down to a matter of mindset. Mindset. How are we approaching life and prosperity? Oprah Winfrey, she shared a story where she had gone to Africa and she had noticed the kids in this village. They had a discarded bicycle rim and they were playing to keep the rim rolling with sticks. And she noticed how much fun they were having, how they were enjoying each other. She compared that by visiting a friend who had several kids. And when she asked about the kids, they were all in their private rooms on their computers. And she said, who are really living more fully? Who are more engaged? We seem to be at a point in our culture where we're becoming more isolated. COVID didn't help that by anything. But we're also driven by an underlying fear of not having enough and not having a guarantee that we're going to be taken care of. We live on a treadmill of endless toil and worry, striving to survive instead of thriving in spirit. You know, I've shared this story with you many times. I had a dear friend. I worked with her when I was in D.C. And as a young woman, she had worked at a radio station. Now, first jobs at radio stations used to be very poorly paid. And so she was working out in Iowa. She wasn't getting paid very much. And this was her first job. And she was determined that her first year working, that she would put away $2,000 in savings. She went over her budget and she came up with a plan. And the plan would allow her to put $2,000 in savings, but it would also mean for that entire year, the only thing she could eat day in and day out was frozen fish sticks. And that's what she did. She put the $2,000 into savings. Now, by the time that I knew her, much, much later, she had had tremendous success. Not only tremendous success, but her parents, her father had been a scientist with NASA. Her mother had been in the educational system. She only had a sister, and so she had their wealth had passed on to her. She had saved and accumulated a great deal. She one time went to a financial analyst advisor, and she showed him all her savings, all her accumulations. And this financial advisor put his pencil down and looked at her, and he said, "You have saved enough." Now, when you have a financial advisor telling you you've saved enough, you've got enough. I happened to call her one day. It was in the middle of the summer. She lives in D.C., which you may not know can get extremely hot. Hotter than St. Augustine. So I called her up and asked her how she's doing. She said, "Well, I'm doing fine." She says, "But she says, it's so hot in my office." She worked out of her house. She said, "It's so hot up here." She said, I can barely work." And I said, "Well, Lynn, why don't you turn the AC up?" And she says, the thermostat's down on the 3rd floor. She says, the electric companies, they advise us to keep it on 78. So my office is probably around 90 degrees. Now, with all that savings, all that investment, all that wealth, she's still eating frozen fish sticks. She hasn't been able to move past. She hasn't been able to accept her source and to rest in that comfort. It's a mindset. It's a mindset to know that we are deserving of Spirit's goodness. We're deserving of abundant life. There is nothing too hard for God, and there is nothing too good for me. And my having good doesn't take away good from anyone else. In fact, it lifts up the whole vibration of gratitude. It helps all of creation. The infinite is everywhere present. Spirit never withholds from any of us. And if we're not living in prosperity and joy and health and peace and supply, then we're blocking it with an old idea or conclusion. And it may be something that was passed along to us unconsciously and we're not even aware of. So it's good and important to look over your past conclusions and ask, well, does this still fit for me? Is this still making sense for me? A couple of weeks ago, I was up close to the Smoky Mountains National Park, right outside of it, actually, in Cherokee. And I'm always amazed and surprised in that area how close together extreme wealth and extreme poverty coexist. Within a couple of miles, you can see a farm that basically is just a junkyard. Things are trashed all around, to a $1 million home within a mile or two. Same land, 2 different perspectives. Same material, 2 different ideas. Now, my parents grew up in the Great Depression, and they were fascinated by poverty. They couldn't let the idea go. Somehow, in the middle of the 60s, they had found an old farm family that was still living like it was the 1930s. They didn't have indoor plumbing. They cooked and heated by wood. They had a wood stove that you would sit around. They didn't even have radio. And they would sit around, and what would they talk about? They would talk about how bad things were and how another depression was coming. They were sitting in the middle of the biggest economic boom this nation ever experienced. But they couldn't see it. They couldn't see it. Now, there's nothing holy about being in poverty. It has no virtue of its own. Spirit expresses through joy and beauty and creativity, and yes, prosperity. And I believe the keys to living in prosperity are really, they're simple, though sometimes they ask us to make some courageous choices. If you're in a place of desperation, then you've got to do what it takes to get out of that place of desperation. Now, that can be sometimes, like I said, a courageous act. But Spirit can work through any avenue we open, but we have to first open the door. Emmett Fox said, Spirit always meets us at the point of action. We say, treat and move your feet. Do your prayer work, but you got to get out in the world. You got to make something happen in your world. We act in faith, and then we invite Spirit's abundance to meet us halfway. I had a friend of mine in Atlanta, and her son had left to go to college. And so in Virginia Highlands of Atlanta, which is a very nice neighborhood, she decided to rent out a couple of rooms. Her friends just were horrified. They were convinced she was going to invite in a mass murderer under her roof. They couldn't complain to her enough about it. Well, she went ahead and did it, and she found 2 Egyptian students from Georgia Tech. And they moved in, and those guys immediately adopted her. They didn't let her do one single thing. She couldn't bring in groceries on her own. She couldn't change a light bulb. They adopted her. And then when one of them had married and he brought his wife over to Atlanta, she adopted her as well. And Haba, that was the name of the young girl, she became my friend's daughter that she had always wanted. Now, many years later, I had gone on a business trip. I was away, and I got a call that my friend was in the hospital. She'd had a serious stroke. I couldn't get to her immediately, but just as soon as I can, I made a beeline to where she was in Jacksonville. And when I walked into the room, who was there with her? Not her son, not her husband, but Heba, her adopted Egyptian daughter. This is how prosperity works. We open ourselves up, knowing we are supported and loved by Spirit. We open one small door and Spirit flows in through in ways we can't even imagine. When we live in this poverty mindset, we stew in fear, and fear narrows our vision. It narrows our possibilities. We don't even see the good that's surrounding us. I had another friend in Atlanta, and this guy, he had a business going. His business was he had figured out a way to sell garden stones, a kit to make garden stones. All it took was 50 cents of instant cement, and he was selling them for $15 a kit. He was making money hand over fist. But then all of a sudden, sales dried up, and he realized he wasn't going to be able to support himself anymore. So he started casting around to see if he could pivot, to see if he could come up with some other idea to bring in income. At one point, he had come on a product. He was going to make jelly out of kudzu. If you don't know what kudzu is, it's a vine that will take over anything. Even the cows will not eat kudzu. So he's going to make jelly out of it. He made some for me, and I was kind of like, I wanted to be supportive, but I'm like, not sure there's a market for this. So he didn't get into the jelly business, but what he decided to do was to go back into his original career, which was doing flowers for weddings. And he didn't want to do it. He had moved from that. He didn't want to go back to it. But he decided he would, and to get back in the game, he rented a booth at the annual Wedding Planners Convention of Atlanta. And believe it or not, that's actually a very big to-do in Atlanta. So he had a booth. He was going to market his services. The Friday night, when they get the convention hall set up, he pulled up in his van. Before he could get out and get his supplies out, he looked in the back and he had noticed that there was an older couple in a large Cadillac, and they were struggling to get supplies out of their trunk. And he thought to a moment, well, I'll help them out. So he locked his van, he went and he helped the two out. He helped them get to their right place, locate where they needed to be. He helped them set it up. Turned out the woman was president of the Wedding Planners Association of Atlanta, and she made it her business that every single member she had went by his booth and visited him. After that weekend, he was back on track to bringing money in. Now, I tell this story because if it had been me, I would have missed that opportunity. I would have been so blinded by my need to get my career going, so worried about next month's mortgage, so concerned about paying off my visa bill, I would have tunneled focused on getting that booth set up, getting my cards passed out. I would not have even noticed the older couple behind me. You see, he was open to spirit, and so opportunities came pouring to him. But for me, I would have worn myself out chasing them down. It came to ease to him. For me, it would have been exhaustion. There's a line in a Billie Holiday song. She says, "For them that's got shall get, for them that's not shall lose." It's a takeoff on a biblical quote. Prosperity opens our eyes to what's available around us. Fear narrows our vision. Love expands it. If you want more good in your life, bless what you have. Bless what you have. Release what you no longer need. Give it back to the universe. There's somebody who can use it. When I walk through my neighborhood, I often look in at see people's garage, because I'm a rather nosy person, I'll admit that. And oftentimes I see them so packed up with stuff that if they even needed something in the middle of that, they wouldn't be able to get to it. It's already lost to them. They just haven't given it away. If they gave it away, it would open a channel for more blessings to come through. Not even God can bless us with clenched fist. Not even God. One of my favorite movies is called Harold and Maude. Harold is a young guy. He falls in love with Maude, who's much older. And there's a wonderful scene there at a fair. They're sitting in front of this big lake, and Harold gives Maude a little locket. And on the locket it says, "Harold loves Maude." And Maude, she takes it, she clutches it. She says, "Oh, Harold, this is the sweetest, nicest gift anyone has given me in so long." And then she takes it, and as hard as she can, she throws it in the middle of the lake. She looks over into him and she says, "Now, when I ever think of it, I'll always know where it's at." That's prosperity, non-attachment. Abundance is about clinging. It's about trusting the flow. Catherine Ponder, she says, when you radiate outward, what you radiate outwards in your thoughts and your feelings and your mental pictures and words, she said, those come back. Gratitude radiates abundance. Resentment repels it. This is the story of Jesus and the fish. Jesus was preaching to a multitude. He had thousands of people in front of him. Nobody had thought about, well, how are we going to feed them? The first thing he did, he said, let's see what we have. And so they collected what they had, and it was fishes and loaves of bread. He immediately gave thanks to it. He didn't go through and said, I really wanted lamb. I was hoping for a hamburger. He didn't say, this one's too skinny, that one's too fat. He blessed what he had, and then it says he began to divide it. He began to work with it. And as he worked with it, it began to multiply. And it multiplied to the point that they had baskets left over. They were well supplied. What we bless, we multiply. When we curse, we shrink it. You know, I've noticed people who, you know, if you're driving a car you want to get rid of, take care of it as best you can. If you're in a job you don't really like, do the best job you can. Grow yourself out of a circumstance. Holmes says, we do not make the infinite give, we merely remove the blocks preventing the flow to come to us. So this Friday coming up, 6:30, we have our commitment dinner. Now, I don't teach tithing as a commandment, but I do believe in the spiritual law behind it. The universe, Holmes said, the universe holds nothing against us. It gives us to the extent we receive. Giving is what opens up channels of receiving. And it's not just about individual prosperity. It's about the flow of good through our whole community. When we give to the center, we're saying yes to that part of divine circulation, to music that uplifts, inspires, to classes to awakening, to our community out in the world doing good, helping families in need, scholarships to kids with disabilities, going to the nursing homes. We are holding a vision for ourselves, for each other in this community that is important and necessary at this time. We are a beacon, just like that lighthouse on the shore. We are a beacon sending out signals of hope and encouragement and inspirations. We're not looking for blessings to spirits. We are becoming the blessings from spirit. And I heard a teacher say you're never going to outgive spirit, no matter how much you give. And so how much do we give? Well, we give enough so that our consciousness recognizes the importance. Not out of guilt and shame, but with joy, knowing that we are so blessed that we can't help but support others. When we give, we expand our capacity to receive. Catherine Ponder, she says, the law of prosperity is generous giving and gracious receiving. That's the law we live with. Give what you can with joy, receive what comes with gratitude. And that trust that Spirit multiplies every gift in ways that will bless you way more than you can see. Dr. Holmes, he says, we're surrounded by a spirit of intelligence that responds to us definitely and directly. So let us respond in kind, with faith, with gratitude, with compassion and generosity. Let us decide right here, right now, to live courageously, to cast aside shackles of fear, of doubt, of worry, and limitations. Let's lift our eyes up and see a beloved community, one that we're going to work toward and put in place to live from the outflow of Spirit within us, to bless the world from our love and goodness, to become the blessings that Spirit has created us to be. We can do it. Now's our time, and this is our opportunity. This is the truth in your life this morning. It's the truth in mine, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you.
There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden where God's grace blooms. There is a garden where everything grows a beautiful garden where love is sown. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. This place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. Such a beautiful garden. That garden is you.
Thank you, Eddie. So now we come to the time we support this wonderful center, and we support this center because it is doing great good in the world. It is a light, a beacon of hope and love and inspiration, and so many people are needing this beacon at this time. So we ask you, we will, to take your offering and place it over your heart and read with me this affirmation of prosperity. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. Well, thank you in advance for your generous contributions to the ushers that step forward. Eddie, I know you got something amazing for us.
All our needs are met. All our needs are met. All our needs are met. You know what I'm saying? All our needs are met. 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 Sometimes I forget that all my needs are met, and now and then I fall asleep thinking things I don't believe, until I wake up in gratefulness, counting all the ways I'm blessed, that all my needs are met. There were times I recall when I couldn't see the light of day, but somehow sweet spirit made a way out of no way, and that is why I testify. No matter how dark it gets, that all our needs are met. I could not have come this far without the everlasting arm, my shelter from the cold. I'm so grateful that I know, 'cause there were times when I thought I couldn't make it through another day, but somehow sweet, sweet spirit made a way out of no way. I saw the light I testify, no matter how dark it gets, no matter how dark it gets, don't you know that all I need are all I need is a bit. Amen, hallelujah, and so it is.
Thank you, Patty. And thank you for your support. Your support is allowing the center to grow and thrive. Oh, bring him. It's allowing the center to grow and to thrive, to be a beacon of hope and love and light and inspiration. Your support is making a difference in the world. You are making a difference by being here today, and we're very grateful for it. We bless it, we release it, knowing it does its good and perfect work, returning to us multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, gang, well, I'm going to conclude by doing an affirmative prayer. I'm going to do it in the first person, but take it in for yourself. If I say something that works for you, hold tight to that. If I say something that doesn't work for you, just let that part slide by. But just know this truth with me this morning. There is but one God and one mind and one power. That power is perfect love. It's divine intelligence. That power called me by name from stardust to walk the soil of St. Augustine. That power called me by name so I could be in this physical plane and experience Spirit's love and blessings made manifest through me and for me. I'm not seeking a blessing from God. I know I am a blessing from God. I am here in this physical plane so I can lift up, so I can inspire and encourage. I'm going out in the world not in fear and lack and limitation. I have left behind those smaller ideas of myself. I am breaking through the bondage of every idea of lack and limitation. I am lifting my eyes up to a greater knowing that Spirit and I are one, and that we are equal to any challenge we're going to face. So leaving here today, I'm not discouraged by any condition in the world. No man frightens me. I have heard the truth. I have seen the angels singing from on high, and I am joining that celestial chorus. I will not be quiet any longer. I'm going to let my soul and heart and sing out in high glory of God's manifestation. I have come to experience great good, love and joy, health and prosperity. Spirit is withholding nothing from me. And in this morning, I'm saying yes to it all. Yes to the glory of God made manifest for and through me. This is my truth. Every cell of my being radiates this right knowing. And I release this prayer into the mind of God to do its good and bold, dynamic work, returning to me multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my friends, I'm going to leave you with one last idea, and that is your life. Your life. It's not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. Your job this week is to go name your miracle, proclaim your miracle, and make it your own. God bless us all. Now let us go be the miracle Spirit is calling us to be. Until we see each other again, this is Reverend Ken with the amazing Eddie Watkins Jr. wishing you many blessings.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God and Creator. Family, all are we. Let us walk with our in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, everyone. Now remember, Eddie's got a workshop at 11:30, so if you want more of Eddie Watkins Jr., just get back in here at 11:30.